One of the greatest booms in history occurred because a man missed his mother. It's true. Henry Ford was not only a brilliant engineer, he was a mama's boy. Yeah. And when he moved to the city, he couldn't easily get back home to the family farm to see his mother and the people that he loved. In his day, the only people that had a car were rich. And at that time, Henry Ford was not rich. He didn't invent the car, but he was the first person to understand and really see how much easier, how much simpler and faster someone's life could be if they just had decent transportation. His vision was that a car should be affordable for everyone, not just for rich people, but for the common man. And when he designed the Model T, the most astonishing thing happened. The men who built his cars could buy his cars. Yes. And this unleashed this wave of prosperity across America. It changed our culture. It changed where we lived and where we worked and what we did. And it defined us in many ways. I'm Michelle Corson, and I love cars, as evidenced by the fact, if you're wondering whether I'm in the space shuttle, I'm actually in an old paint room in our collision center, and I'm sitting here with the very first Toyota Corolla made in the United States, serial number 1. I got On the Road Lending started because cars bring me a lot of joy, and I wanted everyone to experience that and the freedom that comes from being able to live your best life, take your very best job, do what you need to do. That's what we wanted to achieve. I'm often asked, can a low-income person even afford a car? Why would they want one or need one? I would submit to you, none of us can afford to not have a car. If you don't have a car, you're not shopping at Costco. No, you're going to the convenience store and you're buying little bitty packages that cost 10 times more because that's the only thing that you can carry. You're not getting good food. You're not getting medical care. You're not getting your kids to school on time. You're probably not getting yourself to work on time. This entire world is full of don'ts and no's. It's hard. It's expensive. One of the best ways that I can tell you what this is like is to share with you the journey that I took with our client, Pam, the day before we got her into her car. I went with her on her journey to work, and we left her house at 3:30 in the morning. In case you weren't listening, I said 3:30 in the morning. And we walked a mile through her neighborhood, through dark streets in kind of scary area to get to the bus stop. We got on the bus and it stopped 7 times before it dropped us at the train station in downtown Dallas. Pam and I were threatened there by a man on drugs. And we grabbed each other and we ran around him and jumped on the train. And it went slowly, very slowly. And it took us to another train that went really slowly. And we finally got off the train at 5:30 in the morning. We had been traveling for 2 hours and Pam was still not at her job. In fact, she spent 5 hours out of every single day just trying to get to and from her job, a job that paid instantly about $15 an hour. In Henry Ford's day, a horse and buggy could travel at about 15 miles per hour. Pam's journey on mass transit was 12. Let that sink in for just a minute. She could have gotten to work faster on a horse and buggy. Like, what century are we living in here? So what would Pam have done if it hadn't been for On the Road Lending? Where would she have gone to get out of that nightmare? Well, she'd have gone to the guy on the corner, the tote the note lock guy, the no credit, no problem, we finance guy. And she'd have gotten a crummy loan on a crummy car. that probably had been repossessed multiple times. It may have even been totaled. The car breaks down because it always does. And then she has a really difficult choice to make. She can fix the car or she can make the car payment, but she can't do both because she can't afford to do both. And whichever she chooses, she loses. She loses that car. Her credit is further trashed. She loses the car. She probably loses her job. It's the number one reason that people lose their jobs. They just can't get there. And if she loses her job, she might lose her home. And if she loses her home, what happens to her children then? At On the Road Lending, everything is different. We don't use some mysterious algorithm as a proxy for trust when trying to make a credit decision. We don't even really care what somebody's credit score is. We only measure it because we want to know how much it has increased through their good paying habits with our loan. We care about people and we build a relationship with our clients and we help them to get a really, really good car. Nothing like what they would get at the Tote the Note Lot guy's place. We get them into a car that's fuel efficient and reliable. It's not going to leave them stranded. It's under warranty. It holds its value and it's nice, a nice car. Over there, those guys, they charge 28% interest and about a third of their borrowers fail. And On the Road Lending, everybody pays the same no matter what their credit score is. It's 9.75%. And 96% of our clients succeed. Yeah, yes, thank you for the claps. We want our clients to use us as a bridge. It's a kind of a weird business philosophy. We don't want repeat business. We want them to go from the subprime world over here that's hard and expensive and demeaning to the prime world over here that's nice and happy and respectful and much less expensive. That's what we want for our clients. If I can convince you of just one thing, let it be this: a car is not a luxury. It's not. It's a necessity for virtually everyone. When Pam was no longer tied to a bus schedule, she got a raise and she got a promotion. She sent her son to college. She got her mom medical care. And every Sunday, she takes her neighbors to church with her. With every ride in the car, with every gesture of kindness, it's like a stitch. And it's weaving together this just incredibly strong fabric of community. And that is Pam's reality now. And just like in Henry Ford's day, that's what we want for America. We want everyone to be on that path of freedom and joy and living their very best lives and not limited because they don't have good transportation. At On the Road Lending, we're on this journey to create a more prosperous America, and we'd love for you to come along for the ride with us. Thank you.